Hi, my name is Alyssa Chasman, and I am the founder and executive director of the ID House, which stands for the International Development House. And what we do at the ID House is empower young people to develop solutions to the world's biggest global challenges. And this is really based off of when we started working with young people from all of the world, all walks of life, the biggest question that we got consistently across the board was, I'm passionate about a particular issue, let's say climate change or gender equality or education or poverty, hunger, health, clean energy, anything like that. But I don't necessarily know where to start. I can find causes that already exist that I can donate my money to. I could volunteer my time for an organization, but I don't necessarily know my role in making sustainable change in the world apart from volunteering my time or giving money. So what we did is we wanted to find a way to answer this question through these principles that we truly believe in of entrepreneurship, leadership, teamwork, and innovation, and trying to figure out how we can get young people developing their own solutions to these challenges that they're already able to easily identify. As a young generation, we're more globally conscious than any other generation before us. We are aware of social issues. We are passionate about stopping social issues. It's just equipping people with the tools and abilities to be able to solve these challenges, which often are very complex. But we believe that if we had the solution to stopping global poverty, we would have done it already. So we're obviously missing something here. So whether it's in the way that we approach social change, or whether it's the way that we talk about social change or view social change as a whole. And so what we want to do is challenge both of these ideas. One, that social change doesn't necessarily have to be done by people at the top. We can't make the world a better place unless we focus on grassroots efforts and empowering the people who are connected to the issues, who are really caring about these issues, who aren't necessarily the Secretary General of the United Nations to go out there and start making change. And then the other side of it is within the way that we talk about positive social change. So in the international development sector in general, there's a lot of jargon that's kind of thrown around, stakeholders, capacity building, all this kind of vocabulary that is really alienating of a lot of people's ability to see themselves actually making change. And I know this from myself being a part of it and trying to find my place in the world where I could help to empower women. Because I was applying for job after job after job, and I was like, I've got a master's degree and I don't really understand any of this. So what we did was develop a really cool framework to help to solve these problems that young people are facing. And as a whole, we call this framework Unite 2030. And what Unite 2030 is it's an entirely global virtual hackathon for positive social change. So we use the term unite because we are uniting as a generation, as a group of young people who are coming together from all walks of life. And 2030, as the United Nations has decided that by the year 2030, they want to stop poverty, they want to stop gender inequality, they want to stop climate change. And so we're trying to unite a generation together for the common good, for the pursuit of these goals that we want to accomplish by the year 2030. And what we do at Unite 2030 is we spend 48 hours working with young people from all over the world who work entirely virtually. So we use a software called Zoom, which is amazing. I'm sure most people have heard of Zoom. And they work in teams to solve a global challenge that we give them. And they do that in the form of an action plan. And what an action plan is in essence our spin on a business plan. So we give them a challenge, we give them the framework to solving that challenge, and then they have to go and decide how they're going to put that into action. So we've hosted several Unite 2030 events, empowering hundreds of young people from all over the world. And now we're taking it to the next level by bringing Unite 2030 to the local communities, where young people will be developing locally led solutions to local problems. It's been an incredible learning experience watching these young people go from knowing absolutely nothing to feeling empowered to go out there and make change in their communities. Whether they walk out of Unite 2030 with a real workable solution or not, they now have an understanding of what the competencies are that are necessary to change the world. So what we want to do at South by Southwest is to host a mini version of Unite 2030, which we're calling, Hack for a Better World. While it's not a coding hackathon or any kind of technology-based hackathon, the principles are the same. We provide the frameworks, and we work within a timeline to figure out a way that we can solve global challenges in a short amount of time. Whether or not that short amount of time is 48 hours or 1 hour or 3 hours, we can pull from some of the key aspects of our framework to host this workshop so that we'll have people from all over the world working in diverse teams with strangers to hack a challenge. Challenges that many people across the world are facing every single day, from not having enough money to buy food, or female genital mutilation, or lack of clean water in your community, or non-nutritional foods in schools, or teacher shortages, not having enough school supplies. Whatever it may be, I believe in young people's ability to solve these challenges. And given the right toolkits and frameworks, I think that we can do so. We've seen our alumni from these programs walk out with genuine plans to go out there and change the world, whether that's within their own existing initiative, whether they feel inspired to go out there and begin their journey of entrepreneurship on their own or with a team, or whether they take the idea that they walked out of Unite 2030 with to go and bring it into the real world. It's all about developing these core competencies of what it takes to change the world. It's not rocket science. Sure, it's big. Sure, it's complicated, but it's complicated because we're making it complicated. We can make it super simple. And I'm excited at the prospect of coming to an event like South by Southwest and having the opportunity to speak and work with a large amount of people who are already thinking about innovation and entrepreneurship and may just need the final push to actually get there and get their projects off the ground, and turn their passions that they may already have into actual action, because that path isn't always necessarily clear. So I'm really excited at the prospect of being able to come to South by Southwest and share this framework with the South by Southwest community. So I really hope that I get the opportunity to come and hang out with you guys, get some people really excited about positive social change. I know a lot of these topics aren't particularly sexy per se, but we're trying to bring the action back into positive social change. We've done a lot of talking, and now it's time to actually do. So I really hope I have the opportunity to come and hang out. I appreciate you for sticking alongside me and watching me yammer on for a little bit about Unite 2030 and my vision for Hack for a Better World. I think whether it's done, in 2 hours or 3 hours or even 1 hour, we can make something really, really special using the frameworks that we've already used to inspire a lot of people who can then become a part of this community of people who are making positive change. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys at South by Southwest. Bye.